Hey, are you ready? Oh my goodness. OMG. We are, 3 days away from ending the third quarter and going into the fourth one. Today, as part of the Sister Sense web class series, I want to talk to you about 3 steps, how you can get ready to finish the final quarter really strong so that you can start the next one even stronger. Now, I'm super excited to have you here. If you are watching the live, yay! If you are catching me on the replay side, awesome. Remember to drop into the comment box, #replaysrock. Now, before I even dive into the 3 steps, what I want to do is actually recap for you the last web class that I did on how to prep and power through the final quarter. This is just really important for you because you got to be prepared. So if you're ready, yay. But if you're not ready, it's time to get ready, okay? So just out of curiosity, as I am sharing that with you, I'm going to ask you, are you ready? And feel free to say yes or no, yay or nay. If you're ready, you're prepared for the final quarter of this year, okay? Yay or nay, are you ready? That's question number 1. Feel free to drop in there and let me know. Number 2, before I even get into the recap and also the 3 steps, I've got to ask you, is your ask in gear, your ASK? If you need help some way, somehow, somewhere, make sure that you check in here and let me know, okay? So whether you leave a question here in the comment box, number 1, or you email me, number 2, let today be the day that you and I can talk about where you need the most support. I've actually been jumping on my various social media groups so I can check in and say, hey, where do you need help the most? So feel free to drop that in here or email me to share your question so I can provide you with some direction. Hey, Latrice. Hey, June. Hey, Michelle. Welcome from Ohio. Today's a beautiful day in North Carolina, which is good for me because yesterday it was raining. It was like raining cats and dogs. I was like, oh my God. I didn't know what to do. And Print is passed out. Print is passed out on the purple couch with me right now. She here. She just passed out in the corner. She's like, listen, I need to go back to sleep. But I want to make sure that you are up, you are energized, and you're ready to do what you need to do. Oh, it's been raining there too? Oh my goodness. That rain can be a pain sometimes. It also can be pleasurable to relax during a rainy day. Because I don't know about you, but when it rains, I get super, super sleepy. I don't know, something about the rain. But you can either take it as kind of like a relax, day, or do what you need to do to get back on track. So anyway, first thing I wanted to say before we tap into today's conversation is make sure if this is something that you feel like somebody in your circle needs to hear, you can tag them here. You can share this conversation because we're going to talk about 3 smart things that you can do to step into the final quarter. This is Conversation web class number 2 of the series. The first one I said, you need 9 things in 3 different categories. Hopefully you watched that web class, but let's do a quick 60-second recap. I said, number 1, you need to focus on 3 goals. You need to stick to the plan. That's number 1. You need to do the things that you said you were going to do, and you need to show up. Okay, well, those are the rules. I jumped in and I said, those are the goals, but that's not the goals. Those are the rules. Those are the rules that you need to stick to for the final quarter. Okay, let's be clear. Stick to your plans, do the things that you said you were going to do, and show up. Keep it simple, follow the rules. Show up consistently across your platforms with your audience. Do what you need to do. Stick to your plan. There's no time to overthink and over-deliberate. Over-deliberation can be, debilitating. Literally, when you're overthinking and you're doing nothing, right? You're overthinking and underperforming. So stick to the plan. Do what you need to do. No time for playtime. Playtime is over, okay? Those are the rules. The goals that we're focused on for the final quarter, the top 3 for me, number 1, engagement. If you don't have people asking you questions, if you don't have people going to your website, if you don't have people leaving comments and connecting with you, no engagement, no money. No money, honey. So working on your social media engagement, revving it up and getting better. That's number 1. Number 2, getting back to business, because I don't know about you, but the third quarter for a lot of people is when people fall off. Right? Third quarter, summertime, kids are out of school, spending a lot of money. Summer vacations, cruises, camps. the third quarter can be very distracting, right? So getting into a space where you get back on track in the fourth quarter, that's goal number 2. And number 3, making sure you can finish the year strong, do the things that you set out to do at the beginning of the year, work on those, accomplishing those goals. Those are the top priorities for me. So when it comes to the top 3 goals you need to focus on for the final quarter, right? I said you need to focus on your engagement. Feel free to drop these into the comment box if you're like, yeah, I'm writing them down, LaShanda, I'm typing them out. Your engagement, getting back on track, and finishing strong. Because the final quarter is when we go from transitioning from all the third quarter distractions to really digging in and focusing on fourth quarter sales, bringing in that money, honey, and doing what you need to do to really make sure you accomplish your end of year goals. So those are the top 3 for me. Hopefully they can be the top 3 for you too. Now, I shared with you the 3 goals. I shared with you the 3 rules. You need to stick to the plan, do what you said you was going to do, and show up. No more complicated than that, okay? Kill them with kindness, kiss them with simple. KISS. Keep it seriously simple. Those 3 rules. Now, today, what we're going to do is dig into the 3 steps. And I'm going to share some examples with you because I'm a visual girl. The 3 steps, the things that you need to do to really rev up your ability to finish this year strong is to focus on what you need to create, what you need to complete, and who you need to collaborate with. Right? Create, complete, collaborate. Now, I dug into these 9 parts, a lot more in the first session, the first web class we did, I think about 2 days ago. Today, I'm really going to dig into the 3 steps. And what I want to do is give you some ideas and start asking you some questions as far as what you should be thinking about with respect to the end of the year. Okay. Now, before we go there, let me friendly remind you here. Number 1, get your ASK in gear. So if you do have questions and you do need support, what are your questions? Feel free to drop them here into the comment box, or you can also email your questions to me at sistasense@gmail.com. Number 2, this is inspired by my I Am All In initiative. My goal is to make sure that I already raised my hand and said, listen, I'm ready. I'm all in to rock out and do what I need to do to end this quarter strong. I want to make sure that you can raise your hand too and say, LaShanda, I am all in. So if you are, make sure that at some point before October 1st, because once October 1st hits, the I Am In initiative closes, you can go in and get what you need over at sistasense.com/IAI. My goal is to support you as part of my social media auto engagement challenge, number 1, the Back to Business virtual conference, number 2, your Finish Strong kit. It's a closeout kit. Honestly, it's like a first aid kit for your business. Everything that you need to really rock out the final quarter, along with my Fire Start Your Year, your New Year workshop. All of those things are available to you as part of the I Am All In initiative. That is basically this amazing experience of all these things that I've got ready to rock out with you for the next 4 months. You want to make sure that you get access to what you need as part of that at sistasense.com/IAI. I'm all in. I'm ready. So let's do this. Let's talk about create, complete, collaborate now. And what I'm going to do is share some examples of some things that I've done. And these are some things that honestly, whew, bless God, you know, it's when you say be productive and be proactive and knock things out, it's easier to say it than to do it, right? Sometimes you've got things that you want to do on your heart and in your mind, but then there are just blocks, there's resistance, and it's just like, oh my God. So being in a space when you go, oh, I did it. Yes, it feels so good. Feels so good. Literally feels so good that I feel like I'm supercharged talking fast, because that's how I feel right now, to be honest with you, that I've been able to say I've got these things done, they're ready, and I want to help you get these things done too. Okay? So come here, mama. Stop licking on my pillows. She's sitting in the corner licking on the pillows. You can lick on me. You can lick on me, mama. So, okay, let's talk about the first thing that I have on this list, which is to create, right? That's step number 1. You want to think about, and let me see, do I need my glasses? I want to make sure that hey, y'all, that I can see if any comments and things come up. Number 1 is you need to think about, what are you going to create for the final quarter? What offers are you going to create? What opportunities are you going to create for your audience? What are you going to create? Okay. So let me share 2 examples in this space that I'm super, super excited about. Okay. The first thing that I want to talk to you about creation is the brand calendar. Does everybody have their own brand calendar, your own business calendar, where essentially you know what you are going to be doing for the next week, for the next month, for the next quarter? Do you have your dates planned out? Because if you want to finish this year strong, the first thing that you need to do is to avoid the rush syndrome. Okay, literally, you don't want to be a Russian. You do not want to be Russian. Oh my God, everybody's got their stuff out. Everybody's ready. Oh, they launched this, and like your last minute planning, right? You don't want to be in that space. Anybody ever find themselves in that space during the holiday season? Like you're looking at what everybody else is doing, and all of a sudden you're trying to scurry to get things done? Or even worse than that, being in a space where you're just looking around and you're like, it's too late. For real, it's just no. It's too late. You don't want to be in that space where you don't do anything because you feel like it's too late, or you rush to get things done because you haven't fully prepared for the end of the year. Okay, so I'm ready because my calendar is all done. I'm kicking off October 1st with the Auto Engagement Challenge. The first week, I am sharing the first part of my Finish Strong Closeout Kit. October 27th, which is a Saturday, is the Back to Business Virtual Conference. March 1st, next year, is my Create Amazing Retreat. The third week of January is my Fire Start Your Year Challenge. My calendar is good. Okay. Okay. I've got an event that I'm going to in November. I'm ready. So I want to make sure that the first thing that you do is to prepare your brand calendar for the final quarter. Michelle says, last year I felt like it was too late. Ooh, I'm excited to get my kit. Okay, good. I want to make sure that in that closeout kit, I can give you everything. And I'm launching right now, and I'm releasing all of these things over the next 4 months. So some of these are virtual conferences and workshops and the closeout kit and the challenge. As we go through the next 4 months, when you register, you're just going to automatically start to get these things because I want to make sure that I keep you on point. As you talk about the kit, one of the things that's inside of the Finish Strong Closeout Kit is what I call the On Point Planner. And my goal is to make sure that you stay on point. So I want to make sure that being in a space where you start off with thinking about creating a brand calendar for yourself is one of the first things that you do. That's one of the things that I did to make sure that I was ready to begin that first month, right? Now, as I'm sharing that, I'm just kind of curious. Maybe you don't necessarily call it the brand calendar, but are you prepared? Do you have some dates ready of things that you're going to launch and release, or events that you're going to create or go to over the course of the next couple of months, right? I need to get on point. I hear you, Michelle. Make sure that if you need it, you go get it. Like I said, the Finish Strong Kit is one of several things as part of the I Am All In experience, which you can sign up to literally right now at sistersense.com/IAI, which again stands for I'm All In. That's number one. Number two, make sure that you know that it goes away October 1st. Now, those opportunities don't go away because they're still going to be there, but I've basically put this into a fast action, early bird catches the worm bundle so that you can get everything that you need now at a significant reduced rate, right? So the I'm All In initiative is something for me that I've created as part of a new offer, which is something that you need to think about for yourself too. So what are some new offers that you've created for the final quarter? What are some calendars that you need to create? I'm going to talk about different types of calendars that you should have inside of your Finish Strong Closeout Kit. But the first calendar we're going to touch on today is the brand calendar, right? So what are some things that you say as far as what you want to launch? They're ready to launch those things and they're in the pipeline. Okay, that's number one. Number two, for me, when it comes to creation, well, that's actually number three, because I said to you, as far as creation is concerned, I want you to think about for yourself, number one, your brand calendar. Number two, what specific offers you're going to create for the final quarter. The I'm All In initiative is one of several offers that I have created for the final quarter. Also thinking about number three, your social media engagement. It's really important that you get into a space where you start to rev up the conversations that you're having with your customers and your potential customers. So I basically did, which is what I'm going to be teaching very soon as part of the engagement challenge, is I took 3 hours and turned it into 30 days worth of content. I have a new series that I'm launching this October. It's called Good Morning Boss. I'm super excited about it. It's 30 days worth of awesome, motivational, get out of bed, get out of your head messages for the brilliant girl bosses out there. And this is me sharing a lot of content so that I can engage and have amazing conversations with the people in my community. Are you ready? Is your social engagement strategy ready for the final quarter? Now, for me, I'm all in is one, but number two, Good Morning Boss is a big one for me. And I'm actually working on creating 90 days worth of social media engagement content, because I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I do not do social media every day. I don't, okay? I don't do live streams every day. I don't do Instagram. Any of y'all do it every day? I can't. I just can't. Maybe one day I'll get my life together and be able to do it every single day, but I just can't, right? You know, I can't. What I can do and what I do is actually automate. So I get together all of this great content and then I automate it. So even though I'm not doing those things manually every day, they're automated and they're going out for me. There are a lot of my private clients, as a matter of fact, that right now this is what we're doing. We're working on their social media engagement automation so that in addition to your brand calendar, you've got your content calendar for your social media ready and prepared. Right? So I'm so excited to be releasing the Good Morning Girl Boss series. You're going to see it on Instagram. You're going to see it on Facebook. You're going to see it all over the place. It's the first 30 days, but I'm knocking out the 90 because that's a big part of what I'm doing, right? And Tahira says, I am ready for my best season yet. Listen, hearts all around. Can we just claim that? I know Tahira wrote it, but can we also write it? I am ready for my best season yet. It is not too late. It is not like the new year is all good and the end of the year, it's like, it's too late. I don't got no time. I can't. This is the time to dig in and dig deep. Playtime is over. You can definitely turn it around and do what you need to do to finish this year strong. So I love that statement. I'm ready for my best season yet. I'm claiming it and I want everybody to claim it too. Okay. Thank you for sharing that, Tahira. I appreciate you. Now make sure, yes, Michelle, drop it in there. Everybody start dropping it in there. Whether you're watching it live or via the replay, just drop it in there, right? Everybody claim that. I'm ready for my best season yet. Make sure that you start off with thinking about what you're going to create, because that's the first step, right? So the brand calendar, number one, the offers you're going to create for the final quarter, number two, and your social media engagement. Number three, it's so big for me. I feel supercharged, right? You know, I was actually yesterday, I was eating lunch with my hubby and I was reading out all of the motivational messages to him. And he was like, oh my God, these are so good. I need you to do live streams and I need you to do this and that. It feels good to be able to, right? Be in a space where you've completed what you need to complete. And I can't do social media every day. So to be able to have my 30 days for October done and scheduled out, I'm like, yay. And I want to teach you guys how to do that. So the first thing that I'm doing as part of the I Am All In initiative is I'm kicking it off with what I call the Auto Engage Challenge. I want to show you guys how easy it is to turn 3 hours into 30 days worth of content. Now, I'm super excited about doing something that I said, you know what, I'm going to add this into the challenge. And I thought of this like real talk last night, because last night I had a mastermind session with the ladies in my circle. And last night's mastermind was on content that converts. I taught the ladies about putting together freebie funnels. So as part of that, I said, okay, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to create 5 really easy graphics for your Facebook and your Instagram. I have a template. I actually created 120 templates. No lie. I created 120 templates. I shared one of them for free with the ladies last night, right? So we dug into that template. There's so many cool ways you can modify it and change it. And I shared with them how to create 5 awesome graphics. I said, you know what? One of my favorite quotes is, a Sunday well spent brings a week full of content. So if you register for the Auto Engage Challenge, which kicks off October 1st, on September 31st, on Sunday, I'm going to do a 2 to 3 hour live webinar class so that for at least 2 to 3 hours, we can do a content creation mini marathon and knock out some amazing content you can use to kick off your branding and your marketing for this year. If you're busy on Sunday, no worries, because either way, when you register for the Auto Engage Challenge, whether you participate in the live webinar on Sunday, you're also going to get the replays too, right? So tons of good, right? Tahira says, I fell off of automation, but I usually do social media 5 days. I am excited. Good. You're registered. Awesome. I'm so excited to be able to share that with you. So we're going to do, Tahira, who said they're registered? I think Michelle says she's registered. We're going to do the 2 to 3 hour content creation mini marathon on Sunday, whether you can catch it live or via the replays. No worry. You're going to get that as part of the Engage Social Media Automation Challenge, right? We're going to do that on Sunday. The challenge itself kicks off on the Monday, October 1st, and then we'll dive into all of the other fun goods that I've got for you as part of the I Am All In initiative, okay? So whether you do it with me or you do it by yourself or with another support group, the point is you want to make sure as far as your creation is concerned, you start thinking about your social media engagement, all right? How are you going to engage your audience? Sit down and come up with some strategies. Now, if it's hard for you to come up with content, that's where I come in, right? So yesterday, especially for those of you who are in my mastermind, make sure you watch the replay because the replays are already online. Yesterday, I shared 5 really easy ways to engage your audience and create some social media graphics. I'm going to continue to share those strategies and secrets with you guys inside of the Auto Engage experience, okay? So work on your content creation, but of course, if you need support, we can do that inside of the I Am All In initiative. That's number 1. What are you going to create? What offers are you going to create? What social media engagement conversations are you going to create? And how are you going to start to map out your brand calendar for the final quarter? Those are the first 3 things I want to touch on, okay? So take some time, whether it be the last 3 days of the third quarter or the first couple of days or weeks of the next quarter, the last quarter, to really get better at that, right? Michelle says, I spend too much time with graphics and aesthetics manually. Oh my God. If you spend too much time doing that, you really need to check into the calendar, right? Not the calendar, the templates that I created. Because literally, you can go in the template, change the background, change the text, save it as a graphic, upload it to social media. It's that simple. So I'm excited to be able to share the template with you and some great ideas as far as the kind of content that you can create. So I know, because, here's the deal. I do a lot of trainings, right? I do a lot of my graphics in Photoshop, but I teach a lot in Canva. And I know if Canva is amazing to you, but you don't quite get what you want out of it, because some of you guys go, I get you, LaShanda. I know you love Canva, but my stuff never looks like your stuff. I wanted to create another tool, another template that you can use. So my templates are not in Canva. They're not in Photoshop. They're actually inside of Google, which is Google has some great free tools that you can use so you can easily create your graphics. And I'm excited to be able to share that with you as part of the initiative, right? So I feel you if it takes you a long time to create graphics. I certainly wanted to create an easy solution for me, because I'm going to be honest with you. I'm excited to share this with you, but I created these templates for me. I said, LaShanda, I need to create 90 days worth of material. To be honest with you, I'm going to be honest with you. My goal is to have 365 days of social media content automated and out. That is my goal. But you know what? One of the things that I had to learn, and that I encourage you to learn as somebody who's really driven, is before you can get to 365 days, you got to start with 1. And sometimes your goals are so big, they're overwhelming, and you put them off, right? Like, when am I going to find time to do 365 days worth of content? So I said, LaShanda, just do 30. So now that I've done the 30 for the first 30 days of the final quarter, I'm going to knock out the 90, and then I'm going to go all the way up to my 365. That's my goal. That's how I get things done. I fragment it out, I break it down, and I do it one step at a time. Because once I get the 90, I keep going, right? Amen. You got to begin with 1, right? You got to begin with 1. Before you get to 100 or 365, you got to begin with 1. So I'm excited about not only creating the content itself, but the templates, because creating graphics for social media can take a lot of time. And I really wanted something that I could just copy and paste my text in, save, and then publish, right? So that's certainly something, side note, that I wanted to be able to do for myself, which what inspired me to do the templates. And then when I made it, I was like, this is some good here. I was like, this is too good for me to keep for myself. I got to share this, which is why the Engage challenge and the templates, that's how it actually came into fruition, right? Hey, Keisha, thank you. Yeah, definitely makes sense, right? So first part of this conversation, again, what are you going to create? Right? Make sure, guys, that you drop this into your notebook. Make sure that you share this web class or tag somebody who needs to hear it. We're talking about the 3 steps that you need to really kick off this conversation about finishing this year strong. You need to think about what you're going to create, what you're going to complete, and who you are going to collaborate with. Around creation, for those of you who are just dropping in, I mentioned 3 things. When it comes to creation, what offers are you going to create for the final quarter? Number 1, my I Am In initiative, which I'm super excited to have so many of you guys participating in. The I Am All In initiative, by the way, is at sistasense.com/IAI. You'll learn more about it there. But that's one of my offers for the final quarter. Number 2, I said a brand calendar. Schedule out all the different things that you want to launch for the next couple of months, when you're going to launch it, so you can stick to the plan and stay on point. That was number 2. And number 3, engagement, right? If you can, bless God, engage your social media community every day manually, great. But if you can't, you need to come up with some content so that you can automate it and put it out there. Your social media engagement, very big. So that's what we talked about as far as creation. Let's dive into completion, okay? Now, there are 2 different ways to look and think about completion with respect to your final quarter. Now, I've been talking for a long time, y'all, because I just started this web class, but I did 3 other live streams in 3 of my Facebook groups. Let me drink some water, okay? While I'm drinking some water, feel free to share and or drop in here some of the things that you're thinking about with respect to creation based on some of the recommendations that I've just shared, okay? So what are you going to be working on getting into creation mode for the final quarter? Let me get this water in. This is not enough water for 30 minutes. I don't know what I was thinking. I need like 3 more bottles of water. This is not enough. As Prin is in the corner drinking her water. She's like, this is water time? Everybody, let's just drink some water. Hey, messy face. Not my tissue, not my pen. You ever notice that dogs like to take all the things that you have around you? Not my tissue, not my pen. Okay. Yes, right? Definitely got to nourish myself. As long as I have my water and my Wi-Fi, I'm good. And I want to make sure that you are good too, right? I am releasing a new book, so I'll be working on the promotion. Okay, good. Releasing a new book. I love that. I'm a web designer, and I actually had a conversation with a potential client yesterday. No, it was Tuesday, I think. Yes. And we were talking about the new books that she's releasing. This is definitely the season to release your good. So I'm glad that I can talk to you about some smart things that you can do around your new book and promotion. So awesome. Feel free, if you've got a launch page or a pre-order page to hear, or feel free to drop that link into the comment box for us, okay? If you don't have a pre-order page, you might want to create one so that you can get people excited about what's coming. For me, being in a space where you say, I'm ready, not only for the final quarter, but I'm ready for revenue, I'm ready to receive, is to be in a space where even before you launch, you pre-launch, right? So if you don't have a pre-order page for people to be able to engage with you, you should have one. And think about it. As a matter of fact, go really look at the I Am All In initiative, not just for the resources that are there, but look at it as an example of how you can put together a pre-order page. Keisha says, I like the idea of a pre-order page. Yes. Keisha, do you have something coming out as well? Definitely make sure that, listen, pre-order is a pre-order a page is, just as a side note, it's a good way to gauge people's interest in what you've got. It's a good way for you to start to generate revenue even before people know that it's ready, right? It's like, get ready. Here's the thing. When it comes to social media, a lot of times I see people do the save the date. Have you ever done that? You know, save the date. My book is coming out. I'm doing an event, but I don't want to sound bad, okay? Forgive me for saying this, but I don't really care. I don't really care. Come on, be honest. You got like 5,000 things that you're doing right now, right? The save the dates, we see it and we forget it that same minute. So for me, doing save the date, my da-da-da is coming out, to me, it's a waste of time. It's better for you to be like, early register, pre-order, go here, get it now, because that's immediate action. So the person who sees it and goes, yes, I want my Finish Strong kit. I want to early register for Back to Business. I want to get all the good. Girl, I want to be on that webinar on Sunday. I need to create some social media content. The person who is ready, you get them to register while they are ready and engaged. They ain't nothing I could do with the save the date other than look at it and say, your picture is cute. There's nothing I can do with that. So when you create content, really for me, one of the big parts about engagement is create opportunities for people to act now versus, come back to me and look at it later. Because there's no probability you're going to be able to reach the same people when you're ready for it later, right? So that's a great way for you to get up to speed and do what you need to do to kind of kick off what you're doing, like I said. And even though I want to make sure that I can share the I Am All In initiative as something that you can tap into, you can also just take a look at the page and how the early registration is set up and the pre-ordering is set up and how that experience works as an example of what you can do. Now, some of you are launching your books, but again, as you can see with the I Am All In initiative, this is early registration for a challenge, for webinars, for virtual conferences, for, downloading good goods that I've created and all of that stuff. It's not visible to you. It's coming. It's a pre-order experience, right? So it's October 1st, all the way up to 4 months. I'm dripping all that stuff out, right? Create opportunities for people to act now. I love it. Good. Your book release is coming. Okay, next year. Okay, awesome. So be in a space where you start to drip out content to get people ready for that book release, right? So pre-ordering is one thing that you can do, but there's also other things that you can do as well to create a brand. Okay. I'm going too far. See, because I'm already dropping other good goods that I wasn't supposed to. I wasn't supposed to talk about pre-ordering today. But inside of the social media challenge, I will talk about some things that you can do around, okay. And I'm going to make note for you so I can check in with you about that, okay? Side note. So your launch is next year. What can you do to prepare for that? Okay, there's one big thing that you can do to prepare for that. I'm going to put it here. I can't, because then I won't get off of this doggone webinar. I won't get off of this web class if I keep giving y'all all the good right now, right? I liked how you've hyped us up, even when it's not, yes, right? Listen, at the end of the day, right? I know I got all this here, but one of my favorite commercials is the Bosley commercial when old dude is like, listen, I am not only the president, I'm also a customer, right? You got to be your best customer. You got to hype people up and get people excited. You got to be as passionate about you sharing the good that is your offer as you are passionate about bringing in that money. Because if you cannot express that energy and that interest, nobody else is going to be interested in your stuff. If you're timid and you're like, well, please buy it, please, or you're begging for sales, none of that is going to work. Actually, those are some of the reasons why the topic for this year's Back to Business is collecting with confidence, and being in a space where you exude supercharged energy around what you're doing and embracing and sharing what you're doing with others is one of the subtleties of sales, just to be honest with you. And I can't teach that. You just have to have that within you, that excitement and confidence around what you've created, right? I mean, we will definitely touch on building your confidence as part of the Back to Business virtual conference. So definitely make sure, look at you. Listen, get out of the garbage. She done knocked over my garbage can, took out things she's not supposed to take out. You just a hot mess. Getting you as prepared for that. That is one of the things we're going to talk about as far as this year's Back to Business virtual conference. Early register for that as part of the I Am All In initiative. Again, at sistersense.com/IAI. If you can, for me, whether you're watching live or via the replays, drop into the comment box that link. That would be great. sistersense.com/IAI stands for I'm All In. The I Am All In initiative. Okay? So, side note, again, Keisha, your release in 2019, we're definitely going to dig into some smart things that you can do there to prepare for that and build up to that. Let's continue this conversation around completion, okay? So I went on 15 tangents, y'all. I don't even know where I was going with that, but I need to get back on track with today's conversation. So let's go back into completion, okay? Thank you for dropping that in there, my dear. So I need you to think about what you need to complete. And there are, I told you to stop. Okay, come here. You are one of them kids that you need to have everything. She's like the tissue bandit. You know, you have, there's a pig, I believe, that, they know how to sniff out truffles, or the hounds that know how to sniff out, go get the hounds, sniff out people. She knows how to sniff out tissue paper. I hid the doggone tissue paper underneath this thigh, and she still wants to get it. You're going to have to just sit here. Just sit here and embrace my hugs and love, okay? Lots of love. Give me some love. Give me some love. Not on the lips. We don't do the lips. You could give me some cheek love. Yes? Okay. So I need you to think about two things with respect to completion, okay? Number one, what do you need to complete for the final quarter, okay? And number two, what do you need to complete before? I told you to get out that garbage can, girl. What do you need to complete before the final quarter is over, okay? Those are two things, for and before. They're slightly different. So for, meaning there are offers that you need to have done so that you can promote those offers for the final quarter. Before, meaning there are things that you're like, listen, in my heart, in my mind, I got to get this stuff done before the year is over. Whether it's for the final quarter or not, I just need to get this stuff done. I've committed to it. I need to do it, right? So for or before, okay? So perfect example. For me, when I talk about, okay, good. So you're writing down there, what do you need for the final quarter? For me, when I talk about this conversation around completion for or before, I like to talk about finishing the sentence, I was supposed to ... I was supposed to ... What is that for you, right? That's going to give you a good, in your gut, check-in, a gut check-in of the things that you said. Listen, when the year started, when the quarter started, when, the summer started, I said I was going ... right? Because remember the rules. When I said, if you want to prepare for and power through the final quarter, you got to stick to the plan, do what you said you was going to do, and show up, right? So with respect to that, what are those things that you say, I was supposed to ... Actually, feel free. Let's do that as an activity, whether you're watching live or via the replay. Drop into the comment box and let me know what are those things that you said you were supposed to do. Now, Keisha, I see that you've dropped in here. What do you need before the final quarter? What do you need done, right? So you've dropped in those questions. Good. So the questions being number one, what do you need for the final quarter? That's the first question. What do you need to get done for the final quarter? And then what do you need to get done before the final quarter ends? I don't know who this dog is talking to. I don't know if she found Jimmy Hoffa in my garbage can. Prin, What are you doing? And every time I put her in my lap, she jumps off. I cannot hold you for this whole conversation. Do I need to like take this thigh and put it underneath? What I need to do to keep you on this chair? You were sleeping real good for like 5 seconds. So good. So Michelle says, I was supposed to finish my second book. Okay. So drop in there for yourself and for me, for the community, for the universe. What were some things that you said I was supposed to do? ... Okay. There were a couple of things on my completion list. Number one, I said, listen, Lord LaShanda, I was supposed to work on Bright Colors. Bright Colors is a brand, a company that I've established, and there are a couple of beautiful things on Bright Colors. There's a clothing line, there's my magazine for African American kids, there's home decor, notebooks. That's like my new good, right? But I am always so super focused inside of my Sister Sense, and I'm always focused on my web projects and doing websites for my clients. Sometimes I don't get to do some of these other products, right? I don't get to other projects. So maybe sometimes you got a 9-to-5 job, or you got to take care of the kids, or maybe you have a parent you need to take care of, or other business. Whatever. The reality is sometimes there are things that you wanted to do, but you didn't get to because you prioritized other things over that thing. For me, Bright Colors was a big thing. So I said before the final quarter, I need to rev that up. So I've updated the Bright Colors website. I'm actually registered and ready to go to an event in October so I can sell and promote and vend. I think it's been maybe a year since I've gone to a big event and done vending. So I'm super excited about that. But I've completed that thing. And I'm working on completing a few other things around the Bright Colors brand. So I want you to be able to identify for yourself and complete that statement. I was supposed to ... Right? Side note, for those of you who, like myself, if you've got young kids and you're looking for Afro-positive content, maybe you want to get a free sneak peek of the Bright Colors magazines for Black kids of color, you can go to Sister Sense. Well, no, you can go to Bright, BRITE, Colors, COLURS.com to learn more about it. So it's Bright Colors. Bright is actually an acronym that I created. It stands for Brilliant, Radiant, Intelligent, Talented, Enlightened, right? So I just wanted to, I'm sorry, I said enlightened because I'm thinking about enlightened is educated. So BRITE is my Bright acronym. And if you want to check out that website, it's over at BRITECOLOURS, brightcolors.com. Super excited about that big thing. I was supposed to do it in the summertime. It's been on my mind, and I'm so excited about being able to complete and move forward with that in the final quarter, right? There are certain things that you've got to do for the final quarter and certain things you've got to complete before the final quarter. So what are some of those things for you? Feel free, as you are here, whether you're watching again live or via the replay, to complete the statement, I was supposed to ... You can drop in as many as you want, right? Because this is a gut check for you to think about what are some things that you're supposed to complete for or before this year is over, okay? Now, one of the things that I want you to think about with respect to completion is there is an opportunity when it comes to the fourth quarter. Lord, okay, hold on. I gotta pause because she is in the garbage, and if I don't stop for a second, everything in my on my office is just going to be a garbage central. So give me 2 seconds, y'all. I'll be right back. Plus, I think I need to get another water bottle. Okay, slide to the side. Don't hit the ring light. Get the garbage. Okay, see now, ain't no garbage for you to play with. Okay. Woo. Okay, hopefully I've got some extra water here, because as long as the water is here and the Wi-Fi is right, I can check in with y'all. Okay, now you want to jump up here. Lord, you are. Excuse me? Who you barking at? Hot mess. No, you can't have my water. No. Slide to the side. Okay. So, there are, again, two conversations you need to have as far as completion, what you need to do for and before. There are two types of sales you need to think about, those new sales and return sales, okay? So, for me, new sales, one, the new offers I've created for Sister Sense, but also new sales in just a completely different market. Being in a market where I'm creating content for, kids of color, I've been creating that for a long time. That's one of my other businesses. I've got the Black Parenting blog. I've got the Black Moms Club. Hey, Kimberly, welcome. I love just being a creative, and I love art and drawing, and I have my own books. So being in a space where not only I have the Sister Sense brand, but I've expanded into other different forms of companies, that's something that I'm excited about and that I've always just done, period, right? So you want to think about for yourself when it comes to end of year sales, you not only getting new sales, but return sales. So Bright Colors is a good example of new sales from this new platform and this new market. And then return sales for me is reactivation. So think about for yourself, what are some of the products that you guys sell? Feel free to drop into the comment box. What are some things that you sell? Because what you've got to do is not just think about new sales, but return sales. So, especially when you're talking about your second book, you had a first book, right? And you sold those copies. So getting people who got the first book to get the second book is important. It's so interesting looking at the natural business calendar, because actually in my inbox, I was getting renewal messages for both myself and for Prin. I got a reminder that she needs to do her full checkup. I got a reminder from my dentist that I need to come in and do my checkup. Businesses are proactive about having reminders that they send out to reactivate and get return sales. You get these reminders from companies and businesses that you are consumers of. You need to be using these same strategies in your business, right? So here Michelle says, I was supposed to finish sending. Yeah. I'm so funny. I'm laughing. Michelle is one of my clients, right? I'm working on her website right now. And she said, I was supposed to finish sending in my website information. Yes, you were, but it's okay. I said to you guys, what's interesting about going into the fourth quarter is that, when you go in, we're leaving the third quarter, right? And the third quarter for me is distraction season, right? Because the kids are out of school. You've got, summer camp, you've got cruises, you've got vacations, you've got all that good. So I think the last time I spoke to you, Michelle, I think you were either going to or coming back from vacation. So I totally understand. If you needed to have a little bit more time to get that content together. I always tell my clients, I work at your pace. But of course, the first draft is there. The pages are there just ready to fill it in with the fresh stuff. So let that be that thing that you can do so you can send it to me and we can knock it out and get the new content onto the new site and launch, right? We launch at your own pace. Your pace is my pace, but I'm glad that you said that. Yes, vacation, cruises, summer camps, all that stuff. That's the third quarter. So a lot of people don't feel bad when you go into the fourth quarter and you're like, oh my God, I'm so behind. I need to do what I need to do to get back on track, which is why I do Back to Business in October, because this is the time to get back on track and also to focus on your end of year sales, right? And then school started. Listen, so side note, because let me just talk to you, Michelle, for a second. So school started. This boy, of course, as soon as school starts, whoever is the sickest, I guess he needs to rub up on them and then come and give me that. So I got sick, right? And then we had Florence, bless God, in my area, prayers sending out to, because a lot of people were really affected by Hurricane Florence. We bought the generator, we bought like 5 cases of water, but bless God, our area wasn't affected too terribly, but he was out of school for like half the week, and actually no, for a week. So half of one week and then the other week. It was a hot mess. I was in here coughing my lungs out, sounding like Darth Vader. Listen, a whole lot can go wrong, right? That can throw you off course. But in order for you to get back on track, you've got to I know, right? I know. Michelle is like, oh no, I know. So trust me, whether it be vacation or back to school or sickness, I know there are things that can happen to get you back on track. I need you to think about all y'all who are just jumping on. Hey, Monique. the question for right now is, what are you supposed to complete for the final quarter or before the final quarter? Good morning, my sweetie. Good morning, Monique. So glad to have you here. What do you need to complete? So now I just see Monique. I'm asking Monique now because she just jumped in. What do you need to complete, Monique, before the year ends, or what do you need to complete specifically for the final quarter? Okay, so I gave you guys the example of my bright colors, me making sure that I can have those new sales for the final quarter. That was completion example number 1. Number 2, renewal. How are you going to get back and reactivate those previous customers that you had? Okay, so, maybe you had a book that you sold, maybe you had a course that you sold, maybe you had a program. How are you going to reactivate? Monique says, I want to complete 2 information products. Okay, good. Now, question for you is, do you want to complete them for the final quarter so that it's stuff that you sell for the final quarter? Or do you want to complete them before the final quarter, which is a little different? Maybe you don't necessarily want to sell it, but it's one of your goals to make sure that if you do anything else this year, you get them 2 products done before the new year starts, right? So before or for, those are the 2 objectives we're talking about. Now, I have what I'm sure a lot of you know. It's called the Firestarter Circle. It's a mastermind group. And inside of the mastermind, we have accountability calls, we have webinars, we have all of these wonderful sessions, right? Okay, so this is for the final quarter. Okay, good. So you want to make sure that you're clear on, and I'm just going to say this really quickly for Monique and then go back to completion. When you watch the replay of today's web class, Monique, the first thing I said is what you want to create. And I said you want to create a brand calendar so that you can schedule out your release dates for the next quarter all the way up to the first couple of months of the new year. So when exactly do you want to have those products done and ready for launch? Your brand calendar, very important. So the first thing we talked about was creation. Now we're talking about completion. Okay. Now, as part of my Firestarter Circle, there are people who are in it to win. I've got lifetime members. Some of you guys are, lifetime mastermind members. I do have a lifetime registration. And then I have people who come in, they register on a month-to-month basis. So I have a renew opportunity for those ladies who are a part of the circle, but they're not active members. And I've messaged and said, listen, if it's time for you to renew your energy, if it's time for you to renew your business, renew your process, renew your access to the Firestarter Circle Mastermind, and here is the information to do that. So I have my renew sequence already ready, and it's already started. So you want to think about for yourself, what renew, reactivation, return customer, come back and buy again campaign are you going to create to check in with your audience? Because like I said, my, Print is sitting here. Where does she go? I think she goes to PetSmart. She's got her little puppy insurance at PetSmart. They sent me a reminder and said, hey, it's time for her checkup, right? My dentist said, hey, it's time for you to come in and do what you need to do for your cleaning. What are you going to do to check into your community and say, hey, it's time for you to come back and ... Right? So these are 2 examples of really getting to, to a space where you're stepping up and you're preparing for this final quarter. Some of it is about new sales, which is great, but I'm going to be honest with you. Return sales, they trump new sales because those people already love you. Those people already bought from you. You want them to come back and buy some more, right? So got it. I'm working to commit on this and the calendar. Okay, good. So, I wanted to share those 2 examples because reactivation is just as important as you being in a space where you can convert new customers. By the way, if some of you are a part of my Power Circle, you are in the mastermind and you need to reactivate, you can do so within the next couple of days. I do have a renewal program for those who need to reactivate, and you can email sizzlesense@gmail for the details if you haven't already seen that email in your inbox. I'm going to resend it because, of course, when you send out an email, you should follow up and send out another one at least 72 hours later to say, hey, did you get that message? That's just a side note. That's smart marketing. And that follow-up message is going to be going out tomorrow. But I want to make sure that, I can also catch any of you here that may be interested in renewing if you were in the mastermind before and you want to get back inside of the circle. Okay. That's something that I do. That's something that you should also do too. Not just about the new sales, but the return ones too. Okay. Very, very important. So the third part of today's conversation. Yay! Last part before I rock out and knock out today. What's the time? What's the time, y'all? What's the time? My next clarity session, today is Wednesday, and Wednesdays I do my clarity calls. My next call is at 12. So I've got to make sure I get off. I get off this web class. And the time is going. So I don't know. Somebody tell me what time it is. EST. Thank you. Okay, good. So I have enough time to get off and then do what I need to do before my next clarity session. Yay. Okay. So next and final part of today's conversation is on collaboration. I feel like I'm running a marathon. Let me get some more water, y'all. Next part is on collaboration. One of the things that I love to remind you guys is that no man and no woman is an island. Okay, you need your wingmen, you need your wingwomen, you need your ambassadors, you need your tribe, you need your associates, you need people around you who are going to support you, your people who, your affiliates, whatever. You need people to help promote you and go, hey, go check her out. She's totally awesome. Okay, so how are you going to, if you're doing your book and your courses and your information products and your events, how are you going to get more eyes on that stuff? Okay, collaborate, collaborate, collaborate. Who do you need to collaborate with before this year is over? So, as you know, I'm a visual girl. I'm going to share a few examples with you. Now, first, before I even go there, because I haven't even been talking about this, I don't know if you realize, but a lot of the initiatives, a lot of the courses and trainings that I've been launching these last couple of weeks have affiliate programs. So my I Am All bundle over at sistasense.com/IAI, which stands for I Am All In, that bundle, there's an affiliate program. So if you sign up and you go, yo, you are an entrepreneur, you need to be a part of this, you need to learn from Sister Sense, you can promote it and generate revenue from it, right? Because I'm about collaborating with people who love what I got, and they want to share that good with other people. You got to be about that too. So I'm going to ask you guys, how many of you are in a space where you're honestly struggling to do your business because you're the only person doing your business? You're the only person talking about it. You're the only person sharing. You're the only person creating content. How many of you are in that space, right? That's a hard place to be in. I'm going to be honest with you. You need to have more support. And being proactive about creating collaborations is essential, right? Singleton says, I've been following you for so many years. One of the first people to do online marketing. Oh, wow. Thank you. I know I'm an OG in the game. I've been doing this for almost 20 years, right? Michelle says, I'm the only one. Right? Kimberly says, I am an island. LOL. You do not want to be an island. Oh my goodness. You want to be in a space where you collaborate with people, right? And that is important because finishing strong is about a couple of things. The things that you create, number one, the things that you complete, number two, but the power community around you that's going to help support you, that's going to help share your offers and provide you with more eyes, more eyes and more visibility. Yes? So let me share with you a few collaboration examples, and hopefully in this space I can inspire you to think about what you can do in that space, right? Right? I know, right? It's no fun being the only one. Absolutely. I love that comment. It's no fun being the only one. Really and truly, you need that extra support. So even though this wasn't a part of the conversation, it just kind of popped into my head. One super great example of collaborations is being either a part of an affiliate program or creating an affiliate program. So when you go over to sistasense.com/IAI, which again stands for the I Am All In initiative, I'm all in, make sure that you click that link, right, to become an affiliate and collaborate with me, right? All right, stop, collaborate, and listen, Vanilla Ice. And Vanilla Ice has been telling us that for so long, right? The Ice baby man himself. I ain't gonna try to rap like Vanilla Ice, even though old school rap is way easier than the new school mumble rap that they got going on, but that's a whole other story. So yes, you got to collaborate. The affiliate program is a great example of that. Feel free to join mine if you would like to. But of course, outside of that, joining others or creating your own is a great example of one thing that you can do. Okay. Let me go here. Okay, I need another tissue. Hold on, y'all. Let me go get another tissue. My nose is running. But as I'm getting that tissue, drop in here for me what you are going to be launching for the fourth quarter. Okay, so drop some things in here for me. Let me see what you guys are going to be launching for the fourth quarter and get a tissue because my nose is running. So what are you guys going to be launching for the fourth quarter? Also, feel free to share out this web class if you feel like somebody needs to be a part of it. Okay, I had to actually step. Did Prince step into the camera? Prince, are you like, okay, well, she's not here, so I'm going to step into the camera. Give me 2 seconds, y'all. I actually had to step out of the room for a second. Get my tissues together. Okay. It's like an art to figure out how to get back on this couch without bumping the ring light. But don't laugh at me. You ever find that you get up? Oh, my God. See, I knew I wasn't going to knock the ring light, but somebody did. Prin just jumped onto the couch and then totally knocked everything out of whack. But you ever find that you get up and have to pee? That's the kind of space that I'm in right now. You know, don't laugh at me. But you know, women, we get to an age where every time we get up, we got pee. So I got up to get my tissue and then was like, I got to go pee-pee. So, do you say that? Tinkle, winkle, pee-pee? I don't know. That's just me. So, let's get back into this conversation again around collaboration, okay? So, this week, maybe some of you guys have seen it, but I did a photo reveal. A few weeks ago, I had a photo shoot, a lifestyle branding photo shoot as I rebrand and update my good for the final quarter. Because like I said, I am ready for the fourth quarter and I want to make sure that you guys are ready too. And not only did we do the photo shoot session, my photographer, Stacy Pierce, is so innovative in that she does these amazing photo reveal, these live stream sessions. And I actually shared the photo reveal live stream here. I don't know if you guys had an opportunity to see it, but I shared it. And it was just really great. It was a great collaboration, not only from the perspective of you can't do all your stuff yourself, right? And while I do take a lot of my photos, my hubby is my in-house photographer. I wanted to get some professional photographer shots of somebody who was a professional photographer. Quite a few of my clients have used Stacy's services in the past. And so I got excited about working with her. She was excited about working with me. Hence the collaboration was born. Not only the collaboration of me paying her to get my photos done, but also doing the live reveal and having hundreds of people watching the live reveal over the last few days. And some of those people were in my circle, but honestly, some of those people never heard of me before. So they go, oh, Sister Sen, she's interesting. Let me go check out that website, right? We used the Be Live TV platform to do a split screen live reveal, just as a side note as far as tools are concerned. But whether it doing, like not just you, but doing a live stream with somebody else or collaborating with somebody who's going to help you in some way or form make your business better, think about what kind of smart collaborations you want going into the next quarter, right? So I made that investment. Stacy actually is based in Orlando. And while I was going, third quarter vacation, right? While I was going to Orlando and vacationing, I thought that was a great opportunity for me to also invest in the photo shoot, which is what I did. Love my pictures, excited to use them as part of my brand, and super excited that I was able to be a part of that live reveal live stream. Not only just to share and see, because I haven't seen the photos yet, so it was just amazing to see my photos, but also I knew it was also an opportunity for me to reach people who've never heard of the Sister Sense brand before. Smart collaborations are essential. It's smart for her. It's smart for me, because again, there are people who are going to see that in my circle and go, oh, this is awesome, LaShanda, this is who you used. I want to use that person too. That's how I got connected to Stacy. Some of my clients have used her services before, number one. And number two, we met live at an event that I was speaking at about 3 years ago. Right? Are you going to events? Number one, think about it. A lot of times we sign up for and purchase things because there are people in our circle who purchase those things. It's just how it works. So if you're in a space where you're in an island and nobody knows you and nobody's talking to you, you got to think about, well, have I put myself in the island? Am I going to events? Am I working with other people? Am I stretching? Am I making investments? Am I being in communities where other people can see me and know my name, kind of like Cheers, where everybody knows your name? Am I doing those things, right? The affiliate program is one example of collaborations, but being in a space where you create a team of service professionals around you that you work with, that's a collaboration too. Being on a live stream with somebody else, that's another collaboration. These are all just great examples that are going to help you get a sense of some things that you can do to really start to do more collaborations in the fourth quarter. So Michelle is working on a new website with me, because I'm her web designer. Yay! And 2 new books. Awesome. Good. So the live reveal, that was one example of a collaboration that I wanted to share with you. As I mentioned earlier on in this conversation, I am going to be at an event in Atlanta in November. It's happening in 2 months from now. But at that event, I'm going to be promoting and selling products from my Bright Colors business. Now, one of the things that I talk about when it comes to smart marketing is the 3NM system. I'm going to share one of those NMs with you right now. That NM is new marketplaces. New marketplaces. If you're an island, some of that is you just having your stuff in your own space. You're the only one selling it. You're the only one doing it, and nobody else can see it. As a matter of fact, I was talking to a potential web client Monday. Yes, Monday. So I was talking to a potential web client on Monday, and I'll tell you about that story a little bit more in a bit. But she said to me, I really need you to redesign my website. And I don't just want a new site. I need to figure out what I'm missing, where I'm going wrong in the marketing. Now, normally when I do those calls, I'm just kind of saying, here's my business. Here's how I can help you with web design. But I know so much about marketing. I just started teaching. I said, okay, well, let's take a look at your website, right? I was like, well, look, I see you've got 3 books here. And when I click the links to those books, I'm going to PayPal. And that is kind of like, to be honest with you, that's like a 1990s, that's like a 2002 strategy, right? When you have the link and you take people to PayPal. Nowadays, if you really want to sell on your website, inside of your website, you should have an online store. So we talked about, in addition to me rebuilding the website, adding a store so that, people want to comfortably buy, right? And, people, a few years ago, you could say, selling and shopping online was an unfamiliar thing, right? But all the way up to maybe 2 or 3 or 4, I want to say maybe the last 3 or 4 years, people have been breaking the internet, like breaking Black Friday record sales, because that's how much more people are shopping online than they used to before, right? I mean, literally to the point that I think pretty much every single McDonald's in my area now has a kiosk where you can literally, I think it's Uber Eats, you can order your McDonald's and you don't even have to come up to the line. Go to the kiosk, order your stuff, order it on your phone, and then come and get it. Have you seen those? McDonald's has it, Target has it, Walmart has it. Order your stuff online and then come up and they put it right in your car. right? Online shopping is huge. So being in a space where, and you guys can let me know, anybody still just straight using PayPal buttons to sell your stuff? You can be honest. You can be honest, right? You need to be in a space where you've got a store, because that's what leveling up is, right? Number two, what I really wanted to share with you when I talked to her about it, as far as new marketplaces, is I said, okay, you've got these PayPal links and you're trying to sell your book on your website, but nobody knows your website. Nobody's coming here. You've got to use the new marketplace strategy. Be on platforms where more people are actually buying the stuff that you're selling, right? So I've invested a lot of money into going to a huge event in Atlanta in November so that people can see my stuff, not just it sitting on the website, but me reaching more people. So I said to her, my potential client, when we had that call on Monday, I said, are your books on Amazon? And she was like, no. And I was like, outside of you selling on your store, you need to be tapping into other marketplaces that are reaching your audience, right? How many of you go, I'm an Amazon #1 bestseller, or you know somebody who was an Amazon #1 bestseller? I was watching one of the ladies in my circle, so proud of her, watching her live stream yesterday. She literally had like 1.2 thousand people watching that live stream. And I was like, I remember when... She just started her business, right? And she launched with that first book, which is on Amazon, right? So you've got to be in a space where if you want to do smart collaborations, don't just think collaboration is affiliate marketing. It doesn't just stop there. All of these other things come into play, right? And I'm going to talk about a different type of smart, when it comes to book marketing, smart collaborations. Certainly being on different marketplaces is one thing to consider, but there are some other things that you need to do too, and I'm going to drop some of that knowledge here with you as well. Thank you for the hearts and tapping on all that good stuff. Thank you so much. Make sure that you share this out or tag somebody who needs to hear this web class. Also remember that this conversation that I'm having with you today is just the first conversation that I'm having with you as part of the Finish Strong initiative. I have what I call the Finish Strong Closeout Kit, which is, for me, it's kind of like a first aid kit for your business. I want to make sure that you have all the motivation, all the strategies, all the support, all the tools that you need to really finish this year strong. The Finish Strong Closeout Kit is one of several resources that I have as part of the I Am All In initiative, which does go away October 1st. So if you want to get in and get your kit and get your resources, starting with the Auto Engagement Social Media Challenge, all of that you can learn about at sizzlesense.com/IAI, which again stands for I'm All In. I'm super excited about that. Quite a few of you have already said yes. And if you are in and ready to rev up your efforts for the final quarter, I want to make sure that I can support you in doing that, right? So Monique says we should be thinking more outside of the box when it comes to collaboration. Yes. That's the key, right? Because you may think when it comes to collaboration, typical things that you see other people do, but there are just so many hidden smart ways to collaborate that probably haven't even occurred to you, right? So for example, I'm talking about Walmart and all of these different companies that they do, order online and come to the store. Think about it. Think about when you go to, for example, a Walmart and you see a red box in front of the Walmart. That is a smart collaboration. People are like, listen, they're going to buy their groceries. It's Friday. They're going to they probably want to pick up a couple of movies, right? So here's a red box. Let's get a couple of, which I do because I am a red box customer. Anybody else a red box customer? They're probably going to pick up a couple of movies going into Walmart, right? That's a collaboration, right? So when I go into Walmart, by the way, there is a bank, there is a beauty salon, there is the Aunt Annie's Donuts, there is eyeglass store. Literally, outside of what Walmart is selling me, there are about 4 or 5 businesses inside the Walmart. And that's my Walmart. When I go to my son's school, he's got a Subway inside of the Walmart. Subway sandwiches, right? These big companies are making billions of dollars and they're still not in a space where they're satisfied. They're still like, listen, if you got people coming to you, I need those people too. And trust and believe, a lot of times I'll pick up my kid from school, we'll go to Walmart. As we're in Walmart, I'll go and get him a Subway sandwich because he's like, Mommy, I'm hungry, right? And Subway knows that. These are out-of-the-box smart collaborations. Who can you connect with that you guys can, work together and make money together? It's a part of the process. Same way Walmart does it, Target does it. You go to Target, there's a Starbucks in there, right? So you can get your mocha frappa latte while you driving your shopping cart, buying way too much stuff that you don't need. I'm a Target girl. And so I go in there and I come out with way too much stuff. I got my red card in one hand, my mocha crappa latte in my cart, just going and acting an absolute fool. But these, again, are all examples of smart collaboration. So yes, Monique, I love that you said that. You've got to think out of the box, okay? Out of the box. Drop that in there, y'all. Out of the box. Out of the box. I want you to, as we're talking about this conversation of, 3 steps to really jumpstart your efforts in the final quarter, what are some out-of-the-box collaborations that I can do? And of course, I want to support you by sharing some of my recommendations with you here, right? I'm going to continue to share as part of the I Am All In initiative. So it's going to start off with the Auto Engagement Social Media Challenge, how to turn 3 hours into 30 days worth of content, where I'm going to teach you that. And if you sign up, you'll be able to participate in the Sunday, because a Sunday well spent brings a week full of content. I'm going to do a content creation marathon this Sunday so that together we can create amazing content for your social media. And I'm going to share some of my beautiful templates with you absolutely free as a bonus. So you can get in there and you can use the templates and we can knock out some awesome content for your social media. Whether you can participate live, you will still get the replays when you sign up for the Auto Engage Challenge as part of the I Am All In initiative, again at sistasense.com/IAI. Remember, you got to make sure that you register for one of those levels of I Am All In before it goes away October 1st. Okay, that's something to keep in mind. So outside of the photo reveal, that was a smart collaboration. The affiliate program, me just kind of real time telling you as a consumer, when you walk out of your home and you go to some of these stores, these are all these random but real collaborations that they work every single day. Hopefully they can inspire you as well. And I'm going to share one more with you. Oh, this one's a good one. This one's a good one. So one of the things that I talk about is how to work on your cash flow goals, right? Whether it is you want to make 5K a month or 3K in 30 days or even 1K in one day. I talk about different ways that you can realistically do that. So this week I had a 1K day, in particular, just one sale. Right? One sale, 1K automatically, right? Sometimes I say to you guys, the easiest way to get to your goal is if you want to get $5,000, do you have a $5,000 offer, right? You want to make $3,000 today, do you have one offer that's $3,000? If you want to make $1,000 today, do you have a $1,000 offer? One of the ways that you can prepare and be in a space of revenue readiness is to make sure that those offers are ready for when people come to you, they're ready to go and you're ready to go too, right? So this week, I've had 3 conversations with 3 different women who came to me and said, LaShanda, I need a website from you. Okay. One of the ladies came to me and said, well, you know what, LaShanda? I think it was Ty. Yeah, it was Tyora. I was about to say Tashina. Tyora Davis. She is an amazing author. She created an anthology series when women become business owners, and I was a part of that anthology series. So she said, Ty said to come to you. Mind you, Ty is a web designer. So a web designer is recommending another web designer. Superpower, girl power all around. I love the ladies in my circle, and you don't have to be a competitor. You can work with the same people in your industry and make money too. I love to share those examples with you, right? So this one lady came to me and said, listen, Ty recommended me to you. I need a website. So we got on a call. I spoke to her and she's like, oh my God, I'm so glad she recommended me to you. I'm so ready, right? And that was from, again, a collaboration. This is a person who I was a part of her anthology. I don't know if you are aware of anthologies, but a lot of entrepreneurs, as opposed to just writing a book where they're the only person in the book, they will have other people come in as co-authors and participate in that project. And I did. I participated in the When Women Become Business Owners anthology. I've got my book proudly on my bookshelf. It's one of my favorites. And it's on Amazon, right? So you want to think about how you can collaborate with people, and Anthology is a great example of that. But here's the thing. When you're working with other people who know what you do, they will send people to you, right? So in this case, she's literally saying, hey, you know, you got to get LaShanda to do her website, and that's a client, right? So she hasn't signed up yet. We just had a conversation a few days ago, but fingers crossed she does, right? Just having the conversation and consistently having people come to me and say, LaShanda, I need a website. I'm automatically getting new sales and new customers without advertising, without having to do black flips every day. Listen, I'm doing this live stream with you guys, but you know, I'm not on live stream all the time. Every couple of days here or there, sometimes maybe a week or a month or two, you don't see me. But one of the ways I consistently am attracting new customers is through smart collaborations, whether they are new ones or collaborations that I've had from the past. Okay. So that was one person who checked it. All of these are referrals, by the way. The 3 people who checked in with me, these are collaboration referrals. So one young lady came to me and she said, okay, LaShanda, she was like, I want to check in with you because you did my daughter's website. I purchased that web package from you at an event that you spoke at about 3 years ago. And I now have my business. So now that, you know, you did her website, I want you to do my website. Let's get started. Yay. And I was like, okay, I'm ready. I'm good. I'm ready. Let's do this. And so she's like, okay, I'm getting my logo design done. I'm ready. We're about to, you know, start working on her website. And that came from a couple of things. Like I said, number one, that event I think I spoke at was in DC, and that event was like 3 years ago. I'm not a speaker, so I don't go to a lot of speaking events, right? But when people say, LaShanda, can you come out to speak? I do every now and again. You know, like the event in Atlanta, that's how I met my photographer, Stacy, and this event in DC. I went there, I spoke, I sold about 15 web packages. She was one of those ladies. That package was for her daughter. I did her daughter's website. She was like, I absolutely loved it. So beautiful. Now I want you to do mine, right? You want to think about out of the box collaborations. Where are you going? What events are you going to? Who are you working with? And are you creating the kind of experiences for your customers that not only do they come back, right? But they bring other people with them. Okay, so that collaboration, the first one I talked about, I think one of the reasons why I was able to get that connection is because I've worked with Tyora quite a bit, you know, and I was a part of that anthology. I'm on her brain. She remembers I'm a web designer, right? And this other young lady, it's because I went out to this speaking engagement and I did this work for her daughter. And so she's like, wow, you know, I would love to work with you again. And so I talk about the 1K one day. The last lady who signed up for me, it wasn't yesterday. I think she signed up on Tuesday. I said to her, I always like to say, how did you find me? By the way, for those of you who are making sales, it's smart for you whenever you can, to ask the question to a customer, how did you find me? How did you find my website? How did you find my services? So we got on a call and she said, you know what, man, LaShanda, I've been following you for years. I've been on your list. I love what you do. But actually the first time I caught you was on a radio show from Dryer Buzz. And I was like, oh, Yolanda, yeah, because I did her radio show maybe 5 or 6 years ago. I did her radio show. She's based out in Atlanta. And she said, I think that was the first time I ever heard about you, and I heard about Sister Sense. And she said, you know what? I am so ready. Hey, Dawn, welcome, my dear. She said, I'm so ready to do a website. And I want you to do it for me. So we got on the phone. We talked for about 20 minutes. I gave her some recommendations and I got off the phone with her. When I do those clarity sessions, I always do recordings. So I sent her replay. I gave her a few examples of my work because she's a coach and an author. So I said, okay, well, here are some websites I've done for coaches and authors. And I said, okay, well, I've got to go because I got to pick up my son. But here's some of the stuff that we did today. And as I'm driving to go pick up my son, $1,000. She signed up and we're going to be working on her website this month. Super excited. And this is a person who would not have known me had I not done that radio show interview like 5-6 years ago. Now, out of the box collaborations are crucial. If you're not doing them, you need to start doing them. If you don't know how to do them, hopefully some of the things that I'm sharing with you today is motivation for you, because some of these things will work out for you immediately, but some of these things are like putting your best good in the oven, waiting for them to sit and cook, because I don't know. I never know. You know, somebody's going to come in my inbox and say, LaShanda, I need you desperately to build a website for me today. But a lot of times, outside of the efforts that I make, outside of my blogging and outside of my video marketing and outside of social media, a lot of times people are coming to me because they're being recommended to me from other people. And some of these opportunities, the 3 that I talked about today, were from events that I spoke at, a book collaboration, and also doing an interview, a radio interview too, right? A radio interview at that. So what are some opportunities that either you can tap into or that you can go and seek out? Can you get on a radio interview? Can you get on TV in your area? What are some opportunities that you can seek out to collaborate with people? These are things that you need to think about. Like I said, my next collaboration is the event that I'm going to be going to in Atlanta. Really putting in quite a bit of funds, investing into it, because it's going to be a great event. And I won't be speaking, but I'm going to be vending for my Bright Colors magazine. And that's a big thing, right? One of my marketing strategies as far as the 3 NMs is new marketplaces. And I'm about tapping into this amazing experience, this new marketplace that I've not tapped into before. Okay. So the last thing that I'm going to say about collaborations is not only should you be seeking them out, but you should be creating them. Because when I think about it, LaShanda has been one of the speakers for my Back to Business virtual conference. So has Tyora. I mean, a lot of the people who refer people to me, they've also been a part of the opportunities that I've created. So me always having, I think this year is going to be the